Okay, I was saying that I am not going to waste your time with this live session. Let's just move on straight into the chart. Okay, beginning with the euro against the American dollar. Thank you so much for that notification that the chart was not up. I messed up with that. Okay, all right, the euro against the American dollar. I was saying that earlier this morning we had that retracement trend line around here where price was bounced twice off that area, and we were looking for the breakout pullback continuation pattern. Okay, but instead of that breakout pullback continuation pattern, price breached that line, could not sustain that breakout. Immediately it came back down. The entire price behavior up there became a fake breakout. Okay, it became a fake breakout. Right now what we need to do is to simply readjust that retracement trend line to now move around that fake breakout high. All right, right there, no longer this is now an inner bounce point. We are actually drawing the outer trend line, okay, of that retracement trend line. So that is it right now, and price is still sitting below. Price is still sitting below. If you want to draw the retracement channel itself, this is it. That's the retracement channel. You can see the channel right here. So let's see the 4 hours time frame. In the 4 hours time frame, of course, we were following this with a 3 SMA indicator. Okay, so we're following this with the 3 SMA indicator, where in fact it is a swing pattern. You can see the first push to the upside. That's the channel to the downside. Another push to the upside. We are seeing another channel back down. Okay, so we might be seeing another push to the upside very soon. So the euro against the American dollar, even though the trend line is not within the dynamic area of resistance, but the bounces seems to be harmonic. It seems to be harmonic, and almost around the previous swing high area right here. That's where price is trying to bounce to the upside. So how do we trade this? We were following this in the daily time frame, where we were looking for a possible reversal around this area. Around that area, that is where we're looking for a possible reversal. But today's candle is not anywhere near a reversal yet. It is not nice. We are not going to take a trade based on this. Okay, we won't take a trade based on that type of candle. Let's go back to the 4 hours time frame. This is now our time frame of reference. The strategy we are looking to trade here is the 3 SMA strategy, where we want to see a breakout of that retracement trend line, a solid breakout of that line for price to push to the upside again. So we'll be following this in the setup is in the 4 hours time frame. The setup chart, the setup chart is the 4 hours time frame, while the trigger chart, okay, the trigger chart is the 1 hour time frame. So the entry itself, to get an early entry, will be waiting in the 1 hour time frame, and this is our line of reference, this retracement trend, this one here. So what we want to see is a solid breakout in the 1 hour time frame. You want price to break with solid candle, with a solid candle to the upside. You want to see 1 to 3 red candles pullback. Let's say maximum 1 to 3 red candles pullback. Anywhere, let's say even 2 red candles pullback, it's okay. We'll be placing a buy stop order. That is how to trade this. Buy stop, okay, buy stop. Your stop loss will go few pips below your stop loss, believing that price is going to push up to trigger that entry. Okay, that is what we are expecting, and your first profit target will be before hitting few pips, before hitting this previous swing high. that is where you want to cash out 40 to 50% of your profit. This is what we are expecting to trade in the euro against the American dollar. All right, in the other hand, if price keeps pushing to the downside without any breakout, well, I am sorry, we will not be taking any trade. Instead, we'll be looking into the 4 hours time frame to see how we can trade this trend collapse setup. This is the trend. If price breaks below, then we'll be looking for how to trade the collapse. But as you can see, this is not shaped up for a trend collapse. It is not, except if price pushes somewhere in the air, then come back down, where we can effectively measure our profit target from that high to this low, from here back down. But as it is right now, we cannot. Where do you want to measure your profit target? This is all shaped up for the 3 SMA strategy. So we are following that in the 4 hours time frame. All right, so that is it. Similarly, you will see a very clear correlation with the American dollar against the Swiss franc. In the daily time frame, we have price making that fateful pullback. Like I said, I am following this pair and I am looking for a short opportunity with the American dollar against the Swiss franc. This is developing a short, a valid trading opportunity. At least with my aggressive approach, I am following this very closely, and you can see that price is actually trading around an area that should hold price as resistance. Okay, in the 4 hours time frame, let's fire in the 3 SM indicator. You can also see that type of retracement trend, that type of retracement channel that we have seen in the euro against the American dollar. Fire in the 3 SM indicator. Okay, although we are seeing anyway, one candle closed out, the next candle came back down immediately. That is still okay, that is still valid. The 100 SMA has not been hit, so everything still looks good. So what we need to do now is to find out if this is a nice place to search for bounces to the downside in continuation of this trend that we are seeing. Is this an optimal area to search for bounces? For me, I think I am liking that area for price to push to the downside. Why am I saying that? Let's look out for confluences around here. Okay, first the Fibonacci retracement zone. Let's take the Fibonacci tool from that high to this low. You will see that price is trading around the 3 key Fibonacci retracement zone, the 61.8, the 50 and the 38.2 Fibonacci retracement area. If price gives us any bounce of that level to the downside, we'll be interested in that bounce. That will carry an extra degree of quality. It's going to be a nice trade for us to take. All right, Fibonacci retracement criteria fulfilled. The next one is the previous swing low. This is the previous swing low. This is the previous swing low right there. So we are going to see if it comes around that area. Let's draw our standard trend line. All right, that's the previous swing low, also coming around dynamic area of resistance right there. So there is Fibonacci retracement coming around that area. There is previous swing low coming around that area. That becomes a good point for us to look for bounces to the downside on the American dollar against the Swiss franc. So what do we need to do? What type of setup is this? This is a swing setup. Remember, we had this retracement trend line. That was the first bounce. Okay, more of a retracement channel right here. Before price took off to the downside, we are now seeing another retracement trend line. So let's draw our retracement channel. Let's draw our retracement channel. We have established this confluence already, so we'll go to the 1 hour time frame to draw our retracement channel. In the 1 hour time frame, we always want to be accurate with your lines. That is the retracement channel. So what we will be waiting for right now in this pair, just like in the euro against the American dollar, we want price to break below that line and see those bounces. It give us a pullback. As price begins to turn around, we are going to place a sell stop order a few pips below that sell stop order. We are going to place our stop loss somewhere around there. Hopefully price is going to trigger that trade and push all the way to the downside. Right here, few pips before hitting the previous swing low, that would be our first profit target. All right, it's clear enough. These are valid setups that are presenting themselves. All we need to do is to be patient and wait for those setups to develop. If price keeps pushing to the upside, well, we will not be interested in that. We won't be taking any trade there. These are the valid setups that we were talking about. Instead of wasting time looking into some of those pairs that don't have anything to offer. If you apply your correlation tool to this pair, correlating the American dollar against the Swiss franc to the euro against the American dollar, you'll see in the 1 hour time frame they have a mild negative correlation, minus 62%. That means if the euro against the American dollar is going up, the American dollar against the Swiss franc will be going down. Okay, they are negatively correlated. Look into the 4 hours time frame, you will see, because we have the set of charts, both of them coming from the 4 hours time frame, we are seeing a high negative correlation. That means they tend to mirror themselves almost exactly the same, minus 75% in the 4 hours time frame, more than in the 1 hour time frame. So they are the same thing. If we are taking the trades, we are only going to concentrate in one of them. All right, you are going to take either the euro against the American dollar or the American dollar against the Swiss franc. If they play out, you are only going to take one of them. You won't trade both of them. All right, let's take out the correlation tool. That is it for this pair. And finally, the American dollar against the Japanese yen. This already bounced to the upside. Well, it is pushing up, but it might not be the best place for you to click on your buy button. This might not be the best place to go long. Be more accurate with this line. Let's just keep this here. This level is important. It acted as support there, support here as well, also bounced off that area as support before the breakout. So coming back to retest that area, we should be seeing resistance right there for a possible bounce to the downside. Well, that hasn't happened, and we don't have any let me see, do we really have any valid setup here for that? No valid setup. Okay, let me keep this trend line. Let me keep that trend. Belongs to the 4 hours time frame. With that bounce right here, price might be finding another point of resistance around that area. Hide this line. I don't want to see it in the 4 hours time frame. We can also have this area as resistance. Okay, that area there's resistance. We can have a possible channel formation with this as the lower leg. We can also have a possible expanding triangle with price bouncing off the upper triangle leg and coming back down. Okay, so at any rate, if it is an expanding triangle, price is likely to be seeing resistance here to turn around to come back down. If it is a standard channel, price is also likely to see resistance here, and this type of channel indicates a bearish move. Okay, indicates that price is only taking a breather and is likely to push to the downside. So At any rate, the American dollar against the Japanese yen, be careful around here. We have some form of resistance. Like I said, no valid setup here, and we will not be taking any trade here. What we are following is within the American dollar against the Swiss franc, or the euro against the American dollar. Nothing more. Other charts are a total mess, and I wouldn't want to waste my time. If you look into the Australian dollar against the New Zealand dollar, for instance, look at the 1 hour time frame. It's an expanding triangle. Price is within that range, maybe to somewhere in there before coming back down. So lots of market confusion, and I wouldn't want to waste my time. Okay. All right, thanks for watching. If you have questions or contributions, please feel absolutely free. Post them in the live chat window or in the Telegram group, and we will be discussing them all together right there. Okay, thanks for your patience. Like I said, the future is quite bright. I believe if this year is one of our worst trading years, we are going to see better price behavior, better market analysis from next year. By next year, we'll be more focused. I am sure Hector will be completely up and running, probably even handling the live stream himself by next year. So we are going to be very active beginning from January next year. Thanks for watching. Talk to you again before the London market opens. Bye for now.